John, back down to Ballarat for one more week against Wellington. I guess first we were asking Lucky about this. How have the boys responded this week, given that it's 4 losses in a row, but there were signs of growth against Adelaide, those chances created?
Yeah, look, we all saw that, how many chances we created. We should have won the game, but, mainly this week it's been about, making sure that we're hard to beat, that desperation in defending, because, it feels like that we're getting punished, for every little thing at the moment going the other way, but we're trying to change their mindset on that. Let's make our luck. Let's make, that the luck's going our way. And to do that is by being desperate, in defending, and then keep on creating those chances and making sure that you believe that you're going to be scoring those goals. So, we showed a lot of, the good moments and the moments that we can do a little bit better and just keep on improving, because we know that we're good enough to turn it around, and it's now believing it and having that desperation to make sure that we don't let that luck go for the other team. It's more that we have to make our luck.
Because looking at Wellington, it sort of feels like there's been 2 different Wellington teams playing in the league this season. There's the Wellington at home, and then there's the Wellington when they have to come to Australia. They blanked Western Sydney Wanderers. They got a 1-1 draw against Victory without actually having a shot. They are going, if form holds, they're going to come to Ballarat, set up very deep and try to be very resolute and maybe hit you on the counter. How do you go about, one, breaking them down, and I guess you've already sort of touched upon creating your own luck and not getting caught out the other way?
Yeah, look, they're a good side. We've watched them both, like you said, play away and also play at home. But they can also, away from home, they can also press you up higher. They've got good structures, good triggers when they have to go press. They do get back in behind the ball very quickly as well, and they can defend the box really well. So, without the ball, they're well structured team defensively, and so we have to be moving the ball quick and trying to create those openings, in the final third for us. And then defensively, we know that we have to be switched on, because they also try and play out, on goal kicks. They play out really well. In the back third, when you press them, if you don't press them right, they can play through you and they end up the other end pretty quickly. And in the mid third, if you become too stretched, they can open you up. But so we know it's going to be a tough game. Every game in this league, as you know, Joe, is tough. But they have their different strengths, and we'll try and exploit things that we believe we can exploit. We know with the ball we've been very good. Without the ball, we need to get back to making sure that we don't give up too much space. I don't think Adelaide really caught us out on counterattacks last week, maybe only 1 or 2 occasions, and they're a team that can counter really well. So we have to be switched on with that as well against Wellington.
How important is it for you? Obviously, with the last game, you've shown clear ability to create chances. Daniel Pena, for example, Lockie Wells, creating great chances. How important is it for you, obviously, the team that scored the least goals this year, to sort of make a stance against a team that has been so compact this season? With like the likes of Nikita Vukovic, obviously, he had to score a goal, but he's someone that has clear ability to score goals.
Yeah, look, it's important that we start scoring goals, but I believe we will, because the way that we're creating those opportunities. So normally what happens is that over a season, the more you create, the more you score, and we believe that will happen. So whether it needs to be making a stance and showing the rest of the league, we just want to improve our own game and making sure that we keep on getting into those areas, and the goals will come. And the boys have to believe that the goals will come. That's the biggest thing, is that show that belief. Because I know what it's like as a striker, when you think the ball is going to go on the net, a lot of the time it does. And it's just changing that mindset. Who cares? I don't care if a player misses a chance. I care if a player stops, believing that he's going to score, and being confident. Because sometimes you have to give credit to the keeper. Gauchi was really good the other day. He was, on another day, maybe he's not as good, and we score 5 or 6, because we had 5 one-on-ones. I haven't been in a game that, we've created so many one-on-ones, and not to talk about block shots, And sometimes those block shots, will go underneath someone and will go in the net. So that's the belief that we have to have.
when you're working and training with the boys and you're working on things like defensive effort and desperation defensively, and like being eager, how do you balance, I guess, the need as a coach in a month-long losing streak with emphasising desperation without having it cross the line and the boys beginning to feel anxious, like they're desperate, but they're desperate for the wrong reasons, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's where things start breaking down.
Yeah. Look, the desperation's a different thing that I'm talking about. There's the calmness and the trying to do what we work on each week, and that's to play within our way of playing. And then there's the one to throw your body, in front of the ball or close down a little bit quicker than normal that you had on the weekend. That's more it. It's more that you're light on your feet in the box at both ends. So. For me, it's the game is won in both boxes, really. Yes, the important stuff is between that, but at the end of the day, you score goals mainly within the 18 or just outside the 18. So be alive to that. It's not to be desperate that we need to desperately win, or that we're anxious to win, or no, keep on playing the way that we've been playing because we're playing well, but just show that you're willing to get out to the ball a bit quicker than you did last game, and it's nothing too drastic that we're changing. It's more that believe that that luck will come with you when you work like we have been.
Regarding the availabilities for this weekend, obviously Noah didn't get up in time after Ollie Rouge's duty. Is he going to be potentially ready to start? And I guess Donks is the other one. You haven't had Donachie since he signed. What's his like? Do you have an update on his?
Yeah, Donachie started to train with us, which is a big improvement, but he's still not ready to be involved. And Noah's definitely ready to start if we decide to start him. We haven't decided on a starting 11 yet, but he's definitely there. He felt a little bit tired from the trip, but this week he's proving to have gotten over that tiredness.
Donks is a calf injury, is it not? What exactly has he done? Because this seems like a very nasty calf injury. He's only just resumed training. Yeah,
like he's been training, obviously with the physios and with the high performance team, but now it's with the group. It was a tear in his calf. We flew into Adelaide to play a friendly game, and it was a fly in, fly out, and maybe his body couldn't handle that. So he ended up tearing his calf in the warm-up, which is unfortunate because it was right the week before the season. He had a good pre-season. It's unfortunate, but it gives others an opportunity as well.
Do you have any other fitness concerns coming into this game?
No fitness concerns.
Just on some of the younger players we've seen be involved this season, Nathan Grimaldi, for example, had a good appearance off the bench. Caden Vidmar at the back. Can we expect to see maybe even someone like Jake Najovsky or Max Pacetto, some of the players that have played in the Australia Cup, sort of get involved, heading forward into this A-League season? Yeah,
look, there's opportunities always for the younger players. Each day in training they got the opportunity to prove themselves, and then if they're performing at a level, then they're more than likely to get involved and play some minutes. Grimaldi, probably no one expected him to be involved so early and playing so many minutes, but when he's come on, I thought he's made good impact. Kane Vidmar looked very comfortable when he played. We forget that they're young, but then you've got Noah Botic that's young. He's only 21. Michael Roos that's young. Daniel Pena is still only 23, 24. Rami Nazarine's only 23. Angus Thurgate's only 23. We've got a very young team and a lot of new players. And we've mentioned it before, this is good for them because it's a good test. It's a good test to see how they get through it, which we will get through it, but they will learn from this experience.
On Rami, John, obviously correlation is not causation, but he did get his first start in a game where you created a lot of chances. Are you inclined to reward that with another start?
Look, Rami will be definitely, in our thoughts to start, or if not, he's going to play minutes, that's for sure. I thought Rami, that was a really good first start for him. He's got a calmness about him on the ball. He can bring others in. He sets up a lot of good chances. He was unlucky not to, even on Lockie's goal, he was in the box, he was shooting, and ended up getting deflected to Lockie. I thought he was very good, and so was Denzaki. I thought that was Denzaki's best. Game so far. I know he only played 30 odd minutes, but he was positive. Again, he could have scored, 2 or 3. He got into really good goal scoring opportunities, but he was positive. When he got the ball, I thought that was his best appearance. And Daniel Pena's getting better and better each game as well. Some of the passing and the other day and the through balls and the positionings that he's getting into is just outstanding. And so that's another reason why we created so much, because Daniel's getting to the level that we know Daniel can get to. And it's not all on him, but he's a big plus for us when he gets into those areas.
And I also wanted to ask you, we saw a lot made about the Suncorp surface over the weekend, and that got me thinking about Mars Stadium. Obviously, that's had its own history. Brendan Hamill did his ACL on that surface. How have you found the Mars Stadium surface in your time there across the past fortnight?
Oh, the surface has been fine. The issue that we had against Newcastle, that the irrigation wasn't working, so the pitch was very dry, and when it's dry like that, it's hard to shift the opposition as quickly as you'd like. But they fixed that and helped that it rained a little bit on the weekend as well. But no, the pitch has been fine. Pitch has been good. The ball moved well. I think that's why it was such a good game, to watch, because of the pitch. I don't know what Suncorp was like. I didn't ask my brother after the game. I don't think he would have had too many complaints because they won.
You should get Nick to show you a video that the Adelaide United A-League women's assistant showed. Cal Paddock is doing it too much of a kind.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that you want to be playing on good surface all the time if possible. In the A-League, in the history of the A-League, there's sometimes that we don't play on the best surface because it's not our stadium, So that's, and there's a lot of traffic, but most of the time the pitches this season that we've played on have been good.